Ooh. See that back fat right there? Ooh. Every time I get fit, I tell myself, man, I ain't never going back. I ain't never going back. You lied! Fully relax that gut. Engaged. Non-engaged. All right. YouTube. Where do I begin? The last time you guys saw me, I was on my 4-week update, right? I was on my 4-week update. I had been losing some weight. I've been working out regularly, been maintaining my discipline with my diet. And then holidays happened. Around that 4-week mark, we were rolling into around November, Thanksgiving era, right? And with Thanksgiving, y'all, I gotta be real. I was gonna have a plate. I was gonna have 2 plates. If you know about black folks, bro, you know we don't just make enough food for 1 sitting, 2 sittings. We make enough food for a whole village. The recipes quite literally are ingrained in our head to cook for an entire village. So what that means is you're gonna be eating that Thanksgiving food for the remainder of the weekend. Then after Thanksgiving, we know the next holiday, right? Christmas. More of the same. After Christmas, you got New Year's. After New Year's, you got your Martin Luther King, which just passed. Long story short, you guys, your boy has been eating. And when I say eating, I mean eating good. I've been eating ridiculous. I started to rationalize eating kind of terribly. And the reason I was rationalizing that is because I kept telling myself that the new year would be the time where I would usher in, this regimen of change, this winter arc, as we'll call it. I kept telling myself that that would be the time where I would really kick back into gear. I know a lot of y'all hearing that now going, bruh.
New Year's, it's the 23rd today. How the hell, where you been?
Around the top of January, going into January, I got really, really sick. Ended up going to a dinner party for my daughter's recital, and I remember they were all sick. My family was all sick, and I ended up getting it last, bruh, and it tanked me. Like most flus or colds, it starts off as just a real scratchy feeling in your throat, and you kind of do this thing in your mind where you're like, damn, maybe if I hydrate, get enough rest, I can sort of mitigate this quick. I kept lifting and, trying to make sure that I was just giving myself just enough to keep going. And after my second lift, the cold and flu sort of transitioned to my body. I was dealing with muscle aches, crazy fatigue, felt like I wanted to sleep all day, still doing my parent thing, still working full time. So, coming into the year, I was completely derailed. My resolutions, my energy, it was very, very difficult for me to find motivation. And it was really, quite frankly, it was hard to know when I wasn't sick. I mean, with that transition in and out of a cold, I was still lifting and still maintaining my regimen as best as I possibly could. But feeling how I was feeling, it was very difficult, to eat chicken, rice, broccoli, and the disciplined regimen. I was eating whatever I wanted. I was lifting and kept telling myself, maybe this is just going to be a time of year where I'm doing some dirty bulking. Maybe I could just continue dirty bulking until I feel okay enough to start this regimen, right? With me being over 30, I just turned 33 last year. It is not the same. When you were a kid, you could eat a bunch of high octane crap, candy, all that bullshit. And as soon as you started working out, the weight just melted off. The last time I weighed in with you all, I was around 207 pounds. With all of the food that I've eaten, I'm talking Raising Cane's, McDonald's, pizza, Thanksgiving food, Christmas food. With all that eating I have done, you guys, I have bubbled right back up to around 220 pounds. I'm actually going to show you guys my physique here shortly. But yeah, bro, 220 pounds of fluff. And it's a bit of a bummer. Prior to holiday season, man, I was on the track feeling like I was in the best shape of my life, running a 6-minute mile. I was running miles multiple times throughout the week, just feeling really good. I got my wind up, and this last season definitely derailed your boy. So for this upcoming winter arc, I want to bring you guys along. We're going to be losing all this weight. I believe around March, we're going to take a complete 180. And I'm fairly confident about that. I want to make sure that I can show you guys the highs and the lows. I know I've been sort of inconsistent, but I'm back now. All right, but let's go check out this scale. All right, y'all. Oh. Yeah, man. Here we are. You can see it. All right. Side view, side view. right? See that back fat right there? Ooh. Crazy. Every time I get fit, I tell myself, man, I ain't never going back. I ain't never going back. Fully relax that gut. I don't tend to walk around just like full relaxed gut. I don't know, that feels weird. So usually I would walk around somewhat like this, you know, with an engaged, somewhat engaged core. Engaged, non-engaged, engaged, non-engaged. That engaged definitely looks like I'm 2 months pregnant. Front view, you can see this is what it looks like when I am flexing hard. Biceps, all right. Triceps, I don't know if y'all can see all that. Back, definitely some noticeable back fat there. You know what I'm saying? Right? Still, you know. What's funny about this physique is that it still looks decent in clothes. You know, you put on like a turtleneck sweater or like a t-shirt, you still kind of got that stocky look. But when it comes to cuts, man, there ain't no cuts left, right? Zero. All right, but this is where we are, man. This is where we are. This is where we are. Let's take a look at the scale so we can keep it honest. We have our scale here. Let's go ahead and get a nice stand on it. As you can see, y'all, we are around 222 pounds. Now my true weight probably is around 220 pounds. That's what I weighed this morning. For consistency, you wanna make sure you weigh yourself at the same exact time every day. I just wanna keep that on record because if I do show you guys a scale that's on an empty stomach in the morning, and let's say I weigh 218, it's not actually me losing 4 pounds. It'll actually be more so, you know, 1 to 2 pounds that I've lost because of that starting point of 220. So again, feast your eyes, man. You know what I'm saying? I've surely been feasting. There's something about holidays, bruh, that really gets your boy wanting to just say F it. You know what I'm saying? I'm still at that phase where I'm learning, you know, what burnout means and if I'm susceptible to it. And sometimes when I go through these phases where I just say, man, I don't want to care about nothing. Let me lift and not worry about anything else. Let me just eat whatever I want. When I get to those phases, I suspect when I get in that mode that I'm kind of going through a little bit of burnout. And I really, you know, I try to give myself grace. It's not about being disciplined and just having the linear progress of perfection. It's about understanding that even if I do fall off, I need to get right back on track. And hopefully you guys understand that. If you are falling off, if you with me right now and you know what I'm saying, swole up because of them holidays, come on this journey with me. We're gonna be doing weekly videos. I'm gonna be right back at it. Come along with me. This is TP Lock, signing out.